Caitlyn Shadbolt, an award-winning singer-songwriter from Gympie in Queensland, has been lauded by many of those in the know as one to watch. As a finalist in the sixth season of the X Factor Australia, Caitlyn secured a recording deal with ABC Music and released her debut album, Songs on My Sleeve, which went straight to number one on the ARIA Country Album Chart. The first single released from that album, My Breakup Anthem, held the number one spot on the National Country Airplay chart for over 8 consecutive weeks and became the second most played song on country radio. I'm absolutely convinced her latest sensational single, Homemade Honey, that I played just a minute ago, is sure to meet with the same, if not greater, level of success. Caitlyn was recognised for her achievements by winning the CMC Award for Best New Artist, along with a nomination for Female Artist of the Year. Caitlyn's second album, Stages, produced hit singles including Edge of the Earth and Bones. The album was co-produced by Caitlyn herself, with all vocals and acoustic guitar being recorded in her makeshift home studio during a lockdown. This year she will embark on an even bigger creative project, recording and producing her third album with partner Matt Smith in their newly built studio, and I'm very much looking forward to hearing the result of that endeavour. I'm truly delighted to have Caitlyn standing by on the phone waiting to have a chat with me, so let's bring this highly talented songstress on air without any further delay. Hello Caitlyn, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. What an introduction.
Do you like it?
I loved it.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
All right. Look, this is the first time you've been on the Country Club. Welcome to the show, and let me tell you, it's great to have you on air. Live to air on this show with an audience that's absolutely rapt to hear your lovely voice.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Now, I'm interested. Tell us the story behind Homemade Honey. Did you write that yourself, or was it a co-write?
Yeah, I co-wrote this song with Gavin Carfoot. We have been writing quite a bit recently to, get some songs for the new project and whatnot. So this song, one thing I love about Gavin as a co-writer is he is so invested in the artist and the branding and whatnot. So he had this title in mind specifically for me, and then pretty much as soon as he gave me the title, everything came to life. And the whole concept of Homemade Honey really is, a token to my roots, because I'm a Gympie girl and I love lots of wholesome things, and I love gardening and reading books and cooking and nature and all that kind of stuff. And I just find that, and I think most people will understand and relate, that today's world is very fast-paced. It's very instant, convenient. It's takeaway food and flat pack furniture, and so I think it's nice to just take a moment to acknowledge that when things are homemade, the quality and the love and reward you get from it seems to be so much better. And so, of course, to package that all up into a song, we turned it into a love song. And so, sure, it's a little token to my partnership that I have. But, that's pretty much what Homemade Honey is about, just focusing on the good quality stuff that you put love and effort into.
You're my kind of girl, I've got to tell you.
Yeah, thank you, yeah.
Good stuff. I like, my wife makes a lot of homemade stuff, not honey, but because we don't have any beehives, but I like that, unprocessed food and all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think we're just taking so many shortcuts in our world. It's just, everything's quick. Our attention span is so short, so it's nice to rewind a little bit if we can.
I couldn't agree more. So I mentioned in the introduction that you've got you've built a new recording studio with your partner, Matt Smith.
Yes, absolutely. And let's clarify that. By we, I mean he did all the work, and I sat back and enjoyed the process.
Okay.
Yes, that was our COVID project, I guess you could say.
Yep. Fair enough.
So it all started. We have a spare room that got absolutely so full of music gear because we're both musicians. that we simply couldn't walk into that spare room anymore. So we've actually, created a space to write and record music, and it's really, really awesome to have it right in our backyard.
Excellent. No, I get that. That would be a really good thing to have. If you're a musician and a singer or a songwriter, all that sort of stuff, you can do all the work yourself.
Yeah, that's it. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. And you're in control of the process. That's the good thing about it, I think, anyway.
Yeah, for sure. And it means that, if things run over or we need to repeat something, there's no stress, no pressure. We can just pop in and out as we please.
Yep. There is that as well, yes. So the idea is that you're going to produce your third album using this new studio, yeah? Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, so I actually brought my touring band into the studio this time around.
Okay.
So all creative projects are collaboration. So I'm working with Gavin Carfoot and also Jared Adlam, and then all the boys in the band, including Matt, to pretty well co-produce and record this next record. So it's almost done, but I think like all creative people, I'm always like, there could be one or two more tracks, or we could just change a few things here. So it's always a work in progress, but
yes.
So far it's coming along really well.
Yeah, I know. Or any album I've been involved with, you get to the end of it and you say, yeah, we could have done that a little bit better, or I'd just like to change that. And that's an ongoing process, and it delays the release of the album by 6 months or whatever,
That's right, and sometimes you need deadlines purely for that reason, just to say, you know what, it's enough, and this is good enough, and let's let the world hear it.
Exactly right. At some point, you got to let the baby out into the world.
Yeah.
All right. So on that note, is there any idea at this point, roughly, when you're looking at releasing the album?
To be honest, as far as the whole album goes, no, I don't have an official release date, but I have penciled in or secured some release dates for more singles.
Okay.
So, there'll be another single coming out next month, and then a couple of months after that as well. So, We'll see. Maybe the album will be ready for end of year, maybe early next year.
Well, I can foresee one or two more live-to-air interviews on this show with Caitlyn Shadbolt coming up.
Yeah, for sure. I foresee that as well.
Yeah, that's certainly something for me to look forward to anyway. I'd love to have another chat with you, or two, and certainly when the album is released, I'm really looking forward to that.
Me too.
Now, on that note, sometime later today, hopefully when I remember, I'd like to send you a text with our mailing address here at the studio. If you could send me a CD when the album is finally done and released, would that be okay?
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, of course. Yep, no problem.
Excellent, because I don't have enough Caitlyn Shadbolt tracks in my playlist here. So,
well, we better change that.
Yeah, that needs attention. Absolutely, I agree. And I think the album would be, the perfect vehicle, to take tracks off it and put them in the playlist, because I'm sure there'll be an abundance of material on there that I'd love to play and put to air. So yeah, it's something to look forward to, really.
Absolutely.
Okay, now. So where can people buy your music? Just give us a rundown on that. I guess the normal, online platforms. But do you have a website where people can go and buy it, or anything like that?
Yeah, I do. I do have a website. It's just CaitlynShadbolt.com.
Okay.
And then I've got my own little online store there, so you can purchase, a couple of the records and then any merchandise. But generally speaking, streaming platforms are probably the best place to access the entire catalogue of music.
Yeah, I get that, and that is the way to go. But in my experience, sometimes you can download something from the streaming platforms and it's too compressed, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
And the quality of the sound suffers. And when you listen to one of the tracks off an album, which I always record, which I always rip as a WAV file, so there's no compression on it, they always sound a bit better,
Yeah, for sure.
And
and that's not even considering vinyl records. They sound better again, don't they?
Well, yeah, that's one point of view. I don't share it, but still, the thing is, I grew up with analog technology, and when digital stuff came along, I thought, yes, you beauty, no more analog. Yes, yes, way to go. But that's just me. I understand it. I understand that a lot of people do still like vinyl. The warmth of it and the quality of the sound. So it appeals to a lot of people. But that's okay. I mean, it's a legitimate medium. So let's use it.
Yes, yeah.
But anyway, that's a discussion for another time. What actually drew you to the music industry, and how long have you actually been playing?
I have been playing music. I mean, I first picked up a guitar, I think, when I was 11, 10 years old, something like that.
Okay.
I mean, I remember as a kid playing every sport under the sun and being so horribly bad at all of them. And I just thought, I was just like, oh my gosh, is this life? And then I picked up a guitar and I was actually good at it. So I was like, oh, there you go. I could just be a creative and not, a sportsman.
Yeah.
And so that's worked out okay for me. And honestly, since then, I literally joined a rock band in my primary school. And then when I went to high school, I joined a little, that's where I really found my love of country music, because we had actually, funny enough, in my high school, a country music school of excellence, which was an after-school program where you could join a band, rehearse, practice, and then go and play, the local RSLs or the local pubs on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
So that's really how I got started into it, and then just didn't stop, really. Just kept playing in different venues and pubs, and then, of course, there was X Factor, and, things have really launched from there.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, you live in Gympie. I think you still live there?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Okay, well, that's great. I mean, I've never been there, but it is on my bucket list. And I'd really, really love to get up there for the Gympie Festival.
For sure. That's a bucket list festival, absolutely.
Yeah. That is a legendary music festival. I think it's up there with Tamworth and, all the really big ones, I guess. And yeah, I'd love. I've never been to Tamworth either. That's also on my bucket list, but never know. Maybe one day. But in any case, I get the impression that country music is a major source of entertainment up in Gympie. I mean, is that would that be the right thing to say?
You know what? If I'm being completely honest, the Gympie Music Muster is fantastic. It's amazing. Absolutely love it. Everyone comes out, goes to the festival. And aside from that, there is bugger all music to go and check out, unfortunately.
Really?
So,
Okay.
Yeah, there's a few different events that pop up, which are well supported. But yeah, honestly, and there's a couple of little venues here in Gympie that really support local creative projects, and that's amazing. But there's not a lot. It's not the country music capital like some people might think because of the festival.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
That would be one thing I'd love to change, but one day we'll see.
Well, I hope. I hope it goes that way. But yeah, it's just interesting because, like I said, I've never been there, so it's nice to hear from someone who actually lives there. To get a more accurate impression of what happens up in Gympie, music-wise.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for enlightening me. It's much appreciated. Now, I need to ask, what's been your most memorable experience so far as a performer?
Oh man, I mean, it's hard to choose just one. There's to be honest, it's always performing live. It's the festivals. Like I just think, was it last year or the year before? I played the Big Red Bash and the Monday Bash, and which was just absolutely life-changing. The countryside and the people and the festival itself was just phenomenal. And then, of course, I've also been to Nashville, and so that's an incredible experience.
Wow.
Yeah, and then, you know what, sometimes the little gigs the Songwriter in the Round shows are just the connection that you have with the people in those little intimate rooms are just really memorable, really, really actually life-changing. So, yeah, I think they would be a handful if I had to choose a couple. Right.
Okay. Well, that works for me. I mean, if I had the chance to go and play in front of a crowd in Nashville, that'd certainly be a memorable highlight for me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, why country music? I mean, of all the genres you could have chosen, to pursue, Why did you choose country music? What influenced you to make that choice?
Well, look, I think there were a few things. The first one is that I grew up listening to Shania Twain,
All right. Yeah.
and some other country music as well. So
Right.
it's very much in the roots. But of course, there's Jimmy Barnes and Akadaka as well.
Ah, now you're talking.
Yeah. So look, a combination of that, a combination of actually living here in Gympie and having access to playing in bands, and I guess the condition was it had to be country music. But I think also then getting to know the genre and loving the people associated, and also just the storytelling. Country music is so raw, it's honest, it's
Yes.
very grounded, very, very down to earth and straightforward. And I think that resonates with me as a person.
Yeah.
And I also think the country music community and the fans are the most loyal, best fans of all the genres, in my humble opinion. So
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. So you don't have to convince me. I get that, and I don't know why that is, but it is. And it's a good thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, now I like to ask people when you sit down, when you have a free time or whatever, and you just feel like sitting down, relaxing, and you want to listen to some music. What do you tend to listen to, or who do you tend to listen to?
That's a really good question, because my taste in music is so broad. I listen to, honestly, all kinds. I listen to what's current in the country music world.
Right.
But then I also gravitate to a lot of singer-songwriter stuff. I mean, I love and adore Sabrina Carpenter at the moment.
Okay.
I listen to the 1975. It's really, honestly, I'm a bit of a mood listener and a mood reader, so it's probably, whatever I'm feeling at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, honestly, just really, a very, very wide range of genres and artists.
Okay, so a bit of an eclectic choice. Yeah, well, that's not a bad thing. It's good to embrace, a broad range of influences. I think it enriches you as an artist.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And on that subject, who do you regard as your main influences?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I love Maren Morris. I probably listen to her quite a bit.
Right.
And I also really, really love Casey Musgraves. So I think when it comes to more the singer-songwriter style songs that I write, Casey Musgraves is a big influence.
Right.
And look, there's probably a bit of Shania Twain thrown in there. And aside from that, I don't really know. I think I definitely have a writing style. Where it comes from, though, is probably a very subconscious combination of everything that I've listened to over the years that
bit of
I'm not even aware I'm pulling from, probably.
Bit of a mix of influences. Yeah, well, that's, again, a good thing. Okay, now, look, we're nearly out of time, so just quickly, can you tell us what's next for you? You got any upcoming gigs or festivals or tours, anything like that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, for sure. I've got a few really fun festivals coming up, the Gympie Music Master being one of them.
Sure.
Then I am heading to the Monday Bash. That's going to be fantastic to get back there again. Then I'm heading right up to actually into the Gulf for a festival there. And then I'm returning home and actually playing a festival at Rainbow Beach, which is, Gympie region. So that's going to be really fun as well. And yeah, they're the main shows that are announced for now, and then as per usual, there'll be some other things tacked on as more music comes out, and yeah.
Well, there's enough there to keep you busy, I think, including the new studio and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I thank you most sincerely for taking the time to have a chat with me today on the radio, and I do appreciate it, Caitlyn, and I so thank you. Thank you Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. It's been really nice to chat, and probably a little bit long overdue. So it's really great.
Yeah, no, certainly long overdue, but I think we'll deal with that in the coming months. So this will not be the last conversation that we have live to air. I'm sure of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I wish you all the best, every success, because you deserve it. You've worked hard, I know, to get to where you are. And I'm sure you're not going to stop there. You're on your way you're on your way to the top of the list, I think. And I'll certainly keep my eye on you. There's no doubt about that. And play your music on my show.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Caitlyn. And again, all the best and take care.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Thank you very much. Okay, bye for now.
Bye.